Cave Story was an incredible game that masterfully delivered an adventure which channeled the energy of classic video games from yesteryear. It had everything you could ever want from a Metroid-Like Side-Scroller. Was such an amazing creation, I was interested in checking out any other games that the single creator, Pixel, had developed. While this game's scope is nowhere near as intense as Cave Story's, this is Ikachan, released for the PC in the year 2000, 4 years prior to Cave Story. It's really hard to consider Ikachan a full game and review it properly, as it can easily be beaten in under an hour. When the game ends, it feels as if your adventure should only be beginning, that what you just played was really only a cleverly designed training level, and that the real epic story is about to take place. I went into this understanding that my adventure would be short, and that this was really just a for fun project by Studio Pixel, but the impression it left on me had me wishing there was more. Pixel has a knack for crafting an experience that provides a simple look that manages to pack a whole lot of charm. Despite your main character sporting only a single color, you can't help but really feel drawn to the little guy. The same goes for the world around you. Ikachan consists of only a single location, which isn't even that large, but there's something about it, its atmosphere, music, and cast of characters that draw you in. Pixel definitely has a talent for capturing a mood. In some ways, Ikachan feels a little rough around the edges. To move around, you use either the left or right arrow key to tilt yourself, while pressing Z propels you. Once you're propelled in a direction, pressing left or right again does not further influence where you go. Fine-tuning your movement requires overcoming a slight curve. Moving around the level requires jamming the Z button on your keyboard many times over. Considering the length of Ikachan, doing this never really got to me, but if I were committed to anything longer, I would have probably had a bit more contention with it. For what we have though, it's fine enough. Ikachan's story is rather simple. For some reason, everyone's become trapped and secluded in a small underwater location. Earthquakes threaten to crush the area, a food shortage has been causing everyone to starve, and an unruly fish named Ironhead has further been making this place unsafe. It's up to the small squid Ikachan to explore his surroundings and hopefully come up with a solution to all these problems. One thing I really respect and appreciate about Studio Pixel games is that they contain integrity. Despite their goofy-looking anime characters and some occasional innocent dialogue, everything that happens within the story is very serious. It gives you the feeling that if you don't save these characters around you, they will indeed die. Ikachan, along with Cave Story, could easily cop out with some cheap video game related humor, with the characters poking fun at each other, but they've entirely refused to do this. It really helps you feel as if you're getting involved in something. Any humor you find is much more subtle, such as the referential nods in the artwork. Playing Cave Story, I found myself almost completely bewildered and inevitably laughing my ass off at a particular Mega Man 2 reference with spot-on perfect placement. Studio Pixel games manage never to become too self-obsessed, refraining from boring you to death with overly long and analytical cutscenes. They manage to stay simple and to the point. As far as Ikachan goes, it feels like the game Pixel practiced on before he crafted his masterpiece. It has a much smaller scope and could ideally use a little more refinement if it ever wanted to be anything more massive. The game is similar to a good picture book. Enjoyable while you spend time with it, but then you must realize that you can never get anything truly epic out of something that limits itself so heavily. Playing Ikachan was moderately fun, but nothing truly memorable as it feels like a mere demo. Honestly, if it weren't for whom this game was coming from, there's a good chance I would have overlooked it completely. However, I still enjoyed the time I spent with it, and I'll probably give it another run sometime soon. If you enjoyed Cave Story, you'll probably want to at least give this game a look. It's far from being a great game, but it delivered a short yet solid quality experience. I give Ikachan on the PC a 6 out of 10.